All right, let's hit the field.
It is Wednesday, August 20th, and the Yankees were taking on the Rays in Game 2 of a quick two-game set. A day after tying a franchise record with 9 home runs, the Yankees had to take on one of the best pitchers in the American League, Drew Rasmussen. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
I need one of those bags that they give out on airplanes to keep you from vomiting every time Devin Williams comes in the game. I feel like I'm going to hyperventilate, but hell of a baseball game. Big win for the Yankees. So around lunchtime today, I tweeted that Cam Schlittler was going to dominate tonight. And the actual tweet was, I'm calling it right now, Cam Schlittler is going to dominate tonight. Why did I tweet that? Because I was having lunch and I was thinking about how he's probably pitched at this ballpark a number of times, very comfortable on the mound, and he was coming off of one of his best starts in a while, certainly his best start as a major leaguer, and you feel the confidence is growing. And sometimes when you pitch in a familiar spot, with your confidence growing, you can see young pitchers like really take off. And that's what happened with Cam Schlittler tonight. Dominating outing, 6 2/3 innings of one hit, no run baseball. Took a perfect game into the 6th inning. Fantastic game for him. We had Giancarlo Stanton with a pinch hit home run. 15 home runs now on the season for him. He continues to absolutely smoke the baseball. You had 2 home runs in from Austin Wells as he tries to reclaim the starting catcher position. And we had 2 home runs from Trent Grisham tonight. And the Yankees managed to win 6-4 in extra innings. Big game. Let's get to the recap. So 5 more home runs for the Yankees tonight after hitting 9 last night. So in 2 games against the Rays, at their own minor league ballpark, George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, they hit 14 home runs over the course of 2 games. Again, 2 from Grisham, 2 from Wells, and 1 from Stanton tonight, and all of them were pretty big. So you had the leadoff home run from Trent Grisham. That was his 22nd. Kind of early in the evening to be handing out free mustache rides, if you ask me. But we'll take it. But he's having a career year in his contract year, which we see a lot of guys do, but he has really turned it on this year. Obviously playing to get a big contract, but 2 home runs tonight from him. Beautiful piece of hitting by Cody Bellinger in the 4th inning. I love it when a lefty just hits a line drive over the shortstop. I think that's the sexiest hit in baseball. Give me 5 of those a game. But then he got thrown out trying to take third base on a fly ball from Jazz Chisholm. Dominguez also had a very nice piece of hitting later in that inning. Another guy who's really good at taking the ball the other way is a lefty. He stole another base. So he has been much more aggressive on the bases. He's got 21 stolen bases now, Dominguez. Probably won't play a lot this weekend. You're going to have to get Stanton in the lineup, and Judge obviously going to be in the lineup against Boston. We'll see how much Dominguez plays. But, he had a couple of multi-hit games in St. Louis, a couple of RBIs, got a hit tonight. So he's clearly making the most of his opportunities. You'd like to see a little bit more power. You'd like to see him improve in the outfield a little bit more. But, I'm liking what we're seeing. Top of the 5th inning, Austin Wells, his first home run in the month of August. Just destroyed. Mustache ride indeed. Between he and Trent Grisham, 4 free mustache rides this evening. But yeah, he has been slumping badly, and he just demolished a couple of baseballs tonight. Usually I'm pretty good at recognizing no-hitters early. Usually around the 3rd inning, you say, oh, this guy's got great stuff. Oh, they don't have any hits first time through the year. I didn't notice it tonight until 2 outs in the 5th inning. I was like, oh, his pitch count is pretty low. And then I looked at the box score, and he hadn't allowed a hit. I was thinking, hey, he hadn't pitched from the stretch yet. Perfect. 18 up, 18 down for Cam Schlittler. He ended up going 6 2/3 innings. He was still throwing 99 miles an hour right there at the end. He wasn't missing his spots by much. So a really, really gutty performance. We'll talk more about him in a second. Luke Weaver came in and got the job done to get out of a big jam with the bases loaded. Loving what we're seeing from him coming back recently, pitching much better. Top 8, Trent Grisham had another home run, 23rd of the year, all expenses paid. You know the rest. David Bednar was not sharp tonight. He blew the save, almost gave up a walk-off 3-run home run, but the ball hit the top of the wall. Yankees were 1 strike away from winning their 5th consecutive game. Top 10, big pinch hit home run from Giancarlo Stanton.
Home run for Stanton.
Destroyer of worlds.
This night is a
Wrecking machine. 15 home runs now, 5 in his last 6 games. Full nuclear Stanton. Full nuclear, baby. We got a bunch of super chats. I see them. I'll get to them in just a second. Wells followed up with his second home run of the game. Didn't love Caballero getting ejected. Looked like he was walking away, but clearly said something the umpire didn't like. Was very heated. That forced the Yankees to use Stanton in right field. They brought in Devin Williams to pitch, and I'm just hyperventilating. I'm pacing back and forth. I couldn't believe he was in the game. You know, you got so many other options. Mark Leiter, Tim Hill, a position player. I mean, anybody. But they went with Devin Williams and immediately gave up a base hit and then put 2 runners in scoring position, and you're just waiting for him to blow the game. But he came back, struck out 3 in a row, and the Yankees have won 5 straight games.
ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
All right, let's get to the super chats. Paris Scrubs says Stanton with the biggest and most clutch hit of the year so far. He hasn't even gotten to be nuclear playoff Stanton yet. Brett Deutsch says Cam was lights out, but Devin probably deserves the belt for that after putting 2nd and 3rd with no outs. I'll tell you right now, there is not a chance in hell I'm giving the belt to Devin Williams. He's taking years off my life. There's not a chance. Richard, didn't mean to yell at you. Richard says Big G turning into our Big Poppy. And then Brian Bashman says Schlittler reminded him of the glory days of Doc Gooden tonight. I remember watching Doc Gooden's no-hitter. I believe it was May 17th, 1996. Never forget it. Pop up to Jeter at short. I was watching it on the couch while I was eating rainbow sherbet, and I had my cat. That was a fun night. But hey, that is 5 straight wins for the Yankees.
Wow, winning.
Honestly, I don't even remember who I've selected for the belt because I lost all sense of time and space when they brought Devin Williams in the game. So let's find out together. Oh, Cam Schlittler. Cam Schlittler with the best start of his big league career. Probably could have gone co-belts with Stanton, but I think that was the original plan, and then Wells hit his second home run. I was like, well, I decided to go with Cam Schlittler just because of the outstanding performance. We'll give an honorable mention to Giancarlo, an honorable mention to Austin Wells, and a thank God you didn't make me rent to Devin Williams. But great night for Cam Schlittler. Let's talk more about him.
Pitcher spotlight.
So he was really good last time out, and that's what you want to see from a young pitcher. You want to see improvement start to start. You want to see them start to gain confidence, start to put good starts together and get a nice little stretch going. There'll be games as a young pitcher where you don't have your command or you get shellacked. It happens to everybody. But I think his aggression with his fastball is going to serve him well because he throws 100 miles an hour, and he's not afraid to challenge guys with it. He was throwing up in the zone. He was throwing down in the zone. The hook tonight, the curveball was the best we've seen it. We saw a good 12-6er to get a strikeout. We saw a couple of good, hard kind of cutter, slider type. I'm not sure whether he calls it a slider, cutter, or a sweeper, but it had that kind of movement late. But, he's had some problems in the first inning. So when he got through the first inning, you thought, well, maybe he can put together a good start. And then, I noticed, I was sitting out back by the fire, and I was watching the game on my headset tonight. And I was kind of dealing with trying to start the fire. It was a little damp, so it kept going out. And before I knew it, 3 innings were over, and I was like, I barely got to see anything from Cam Schlittler because he was so efficient. And so I settled in and I watched the rest of his outing very closely, and he was sitting 97, 98. Curveball was as good as we've seen from him. Pitching with a ton of confidence, challenging guys, great performance. All right, so let's talk about the series. The Yankees bashed 9 home runs in Game 1. They hit 5 more in Game 2. Giancarlo Stanton continues to just destroy the baseball. I contend this is the best he has played during the regular season since coming to the Yankees. I've been saying that for about a week. It's the best he's looked. I think he's one of these guys that really loves the new technology of the traject machines, and he just hits just constantly during the game. So, the pinch hit home runs, I think he's had multiple pinch hits now, but he used to be terrible at pinch hitting. And now the fact that you can go hit in between innings and basically face the pitcher you're going to face and have a real at bat, he's got so much talent that if he's feeling like he's in rhythm and feeling locked in, it's hard to get him out. And he's insanely clutch. And that was a big, big home run tonight. But great starts from Cam Schlittler and Carlos Rodon, and Judge has reached 40 home runs on the season. But we got another big series coming up. Look, this Red Sox series is going to be huge in terms of implications for the playoffs. Now, the Red Sox, I don't believe they played tonight, but 3-6 in their last 9 games. Yankees, obviously, 6 out of 7. Or is it 7 out of 8? I mean, they've been just on fire lately. But baseball is better when these two teams are going head-to-head and when they are challenging each other. And I'm really looking forward to seeing, how this series plays out. The Yankees have got to show up better than they did in Boston, right? The Boston series, you might remember it was after a series in KC. They played in Boston, and they just went silent. And that was kind of the beginning of their slump. And they played against this really upstart, energetic, youthful Red Sox team. And look, they continue to play well. I know Marcelo Meyer is out with an injury, but they've still got Roman Anthony. They got some really good players on that team that are going to continue to get better and have big opportunities. You got to try and take advantage of their youth, and this is one of those weekends where you want the stadium to be loud and traumatizing, basically. I'm not saying chant F this guy, F that guy, but be loud, be fans, rattle them, If balls hit to somebody, get loud, make them boot it. Anyway, baseball was at its best in the early 2000s when the Yankees and Red Sox were in their peak rivalry, right? I mean, they even used the gag in Ocean's 12, a terrible movie, by the way. But there's a scene where 2 guys sit on a train, and the ruse is that a Red Sox fan and a Yankees fan get into a fight, and it causes a distraction, which allows them to steal this stupid egg or whatever. But, the fact that it was that culturally present tells you what it was like back then. And I'm looking forward to this series as much as any series we've had all year. Let's get some voicemails here. Now, I want to give a warning out. Some of these are kind of salty. I've tried to keep it clean in the episode so far. So if you got kids listening, now is a good time because we got some calls about Devin Williams that were not too polite. Let's start off with a clean one, though. This is about Cam.
Hey, Derek. John from Hawaii. Throughout Cam starts, he's made the 3 to 5 mistakes that have really burned him. And you just feel like he's put it all together today. He's learned from his past outings, and he hasn't made any mistakes. It's been unbelievable. So great to see the development from Schlittler and the focus every single pitch. Go Yanks.
Appreciate the call. It sounds like you were calling from a funeral, though. You sounded pretty sad. You sounded way too sad for a Yankees win. Rich Dub C says, who remembers the 2006 Boston Massacre? Is that where the Yankees went to Boston and won 5 in a row? That was awesome. All right, so here's one about Devin Williams. I'm going to click this.
Hey, Derek, it's James, first-time caller from Long Island. I'm watching this game, and I see what are we doing putting Devin Williams in this kind of position? And I want to have faith in him, like Boone probably has, but I just don't. And what does he see that I don't see? I'm not an expert. Let me know what you think.
So that one mildly, no swearing. I think there's a few of them in here with some swearing though. But anyway, yeah, I can't believe that he even went to Devin Williams in this game. I would not have gone anywhere near Devin Williams. Here's
Hey,
a call
Derek
about Cam.
Austin. So I was going to call after the third inning, but now Cam Schlittler's through 4. I got to say, this is a special start for him. I really feel like his stuff is just so good tonight. He's throwing this curveball. Some of these curveballs are just redonkulous. I mean, the one he threw to Seymour almost looked like a 12-6, nasty. He threw some nasty ones to Brandon Lowe, too. Brandon Lau, however you pronounce it. He's their best hitter. I mean, he's the best hitter in the lineup for sure. And he got him on a curveball in the outside half. Like, I'm gonna roll it over to Jazz, and it's just he's looking really, really, really good.
Yeah, the breaking ball tonight was the difference for me. The command of the breaking ball. I mean, we've seen him throw a few good ones, but it was consistent tonight, which is something we really haven't seen. Here's another call about Devin Williams.
Hey, Derek, it's James, first-time caller from Long Island.
Oh, wait, sorry, that's a replay. Here's
What
another
the actual fuck is wrong with Aaron
There we
Boone? Is this man incapable of learning? We have seen time and time and time and time and time again that Devin Williams cannot fucking pitch in big moments for this team.
All right, I'm going to cut it off
Yo,
there.
Derek, it's TK, and I'm watching the game right now. It's bottom of the 10th, second and third, 1 out. Yandy
TK.
Diaz is up. Devin Williams just struck out the last guy. I don't understand why we keep throwing this motherfucker, dude. It's driving me nuts.
How in the world is Devin Williams pitching in the 10th inning here when we're up 3 runs? Where's Doval? Where's Tim Hill? Where's Leiter? What are we doing? Like we don't have to win these games. This is outrageous. This guy Boone, man. Oh, it is so frustrating. I do not understand how he has a manager position. He's so bad at managing a bullpen. That's frustrating.
All right, so guys, obviously scared to death when Devin Williams came in. I'm right there with you. If there was a voicemail show for me to call in, I would have probably called in. But let's get a quick word from the guys at Foul Territory from our sponsor tonight, then we'll be back to wrap it up.
FT fam, when you're playing in games, you kind of have some stress, anxiety, teammates need something to help. Now it's at your fingertips with Rula.
That's right. Telehealth has been a huge help for millions of people, but it can be time-consuming and expensive to find the right therapist. Rula is on a mission to make this process smoother. And make sure you go to rula.com/foul for more details. They take most major insurance plans, and the average copay is only about $15 per session. Every provider on Rula is carefully vetted and chosen for their expertise. Thousands have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey toward improved mental health and overall well-being. Head on over to rula.com/foul to get started today. After you sign up, they ask you where you heard about them. Please say that FT sent you there to support the show, but also worry about yourself here at rula.com, rula.com/FOUL, and take the first step towards better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares.
I'm going to use that service every time I have to watch Devin Williams pitch. I'm going to take care of my mental health because I need it after watching Devin Williams pitch. So big win for the Yankees. They sweep. It's the second series in a row that they have swept. They won 3 in a row against St. Louis. They won 2 out of 3 against Minnesota. And now both games here against Tampa Bay. So now you got 4 straight against Boston at home. You got to win at least 3. I think you got to win 3 out of 4. I think you got to win probably tomorrow, Friday, and then one of the 2 weekend games. Got to keep this momentum going a little bit. And then you got Washington in town. You got to sweep that. I really don't think you should even win 2 out of 3. I think you got to sweep them. I think right now you got to plan to be red hot the rest of August. And then Chicago, you got to win, 3 out of 4 minimum. You got to really, really finish this month strong. And then you open up against Houston in September, and Toronto and Detroit. It gets hard again. And then Boston, and then Minnesota, who we should be okay against, and then Baltimore and Chicago and Baltimore to finish it off. So, a little bit of a soft landing. Those teams are going to be mentally checked out, throwing some rookies, that type of stuff. But we got a tough weekend, and then it gets light for about a week. So Yankees can't let their foot off the gas. They got to continue to charge right through Boston, and then hope that they can, just dominate against the teams they're supposed to beat. So at least we won't see Rafael Devers in this series. We had TK crashing out in the voicemail. Definitely one of the funnier voicemails we've gotten in a while. But remember, call in. We're going to do a pregame show tomorrow around 5 o'clock, maybe 5:30. Where we'll take some of your calls on the state of the team and preview the Boston series. Until then, we'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. Check out NYYDesigns.shop for some great merch. Support our sponsors. It helps keep the show going. And you can find us on all major audio platforms, so be sure to subscribe there too. But most importantly, come back again soon. We'll see you next time.